Welcome to Applying the Bible. I'm Crystal Craven, and I write songs and devotionals that are rooted in God's Word to draw hearts into deeper intimacy with Jesus. And today we're continuing our devotional journey through the book of Joshua. All right, we are in Joshua chapter 3, and we will be going through verses 8 through 13 today. It says, "And as for you, command the priests who bear the Ark of the Covenant, when you come to the brink of the waters of the Jordan, you shall stand still in the Jordan." And Joshua said to the people of Israel, "Come here and listen to the words of the Lord your God." And Joshua said, "Here is how you shall know that the living God is among you, and that he will, without fail, drive out from before you the Canaanites, the Hittites, the Hivites, the Perizzites, and the Girgashites, the Amorites, and the Jebusites. Behold, the ark of the covenant of the Lord of all the earth is passing over before you into the Jordan. Now therefore take 12 men from the tribes of Israel, from each tribe of a man, and when the soles of the feet of the priests bearing the ark of the Lord of all the earth, shall rest in the waters of the Jordan, the waters of the Jordan shall be cut off from flowing, and the waters coming down from above shall stand in one heap." All right, when it came to the people just being prepared to cross the Jordan River, the Lord gave a very specific command to the priests that were carrying the Ark of the Covenant. They were told that they were going to step into the water and stand still, and then God would do the rest. And this is how the people would know that the living God was among them and was actually going to do what he said he would do. Now, the timing makes this command actually really remarkable. The Jordan was not a calm river. It was overflowing its banks. The water was fast and deep and dangerous, and human instinct would have been to just rush through, or even as the priests were in there, to reposition, to attempt to control in some way. Yet the priests were called to rest their feet in the water and remain still as God caused the river to stand in one heap. This reminds me of Psalm 46:10, where it says, "Be still and know that I am God." But here's the deal. Stillness is not passivity. Stillness is trust that is expressed through obedience. In this moment for the priests, stillness was exalting God. Every Israelite would be crossing that riverbed, and they would see the priests standing calmly and still in the midst of really what should have been chaos. The priest's posture was going to preach to the people that God is faithful, and God is present, and God makes a way. Now, the priests were not only carrying the Ark of Covenant, they were representing the Lord to his people. Their calm obedience would become a visible testimony of God's power and faithfulness. Now, had the priest panicked and been shifting in the water or acting from fear in some way, the focus would have moved away from God and onto a human effort. Now, this principle actually applies to us. When circumstances are feeling just overwhelming and those waters of life are just rising unexpectedly, stillness rooted in trust is going to magnify God. And stillness doesn't mean the absence of fear. It means choosing trust over fear. It means placing our weight fully on the promise of God and just allowing him to work in ways that only he can. Now, in the last half of Psalm 46:10, so the first part of it says to be still and know that I am God. But the last half says, I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in all the earth. So notice this, God is exalted among the nations and in all the earth when his people rest in him. Practicing stillness now is going to help us to be obedient when we're called to step into the water and to trust that He's going to hold back those waters in a heap. Learning to be still and to rest in Him right now in our present moment, it prepares us to stand firm and to be steady when those trials come. So I encourage you today and tomorrow and the rest of our days, be still and know God. For written devotionals and blogs and originally written songs, visit crystalcravenmusic.com, and that is Crystal with a K and Craven with a C. And you can also find my music wherever you stream music from.